I'm interested in the value that the board and therefore Alberta obtain from learning from the experience of others, particularly the United States, and if that's true, and how, if it is true, how that was accomplished. Could you comment on those things?
Yes, Jim, I would say we did benefit, not only from what we learned that was good and applicable, but also from mistakes that we thought they had made. As I said earlier, this was a time of the development of the science and the engineering of the petroleum industry, of the petroleum producing industry. We benefited from visits that we made to particularly the Texas Railroad Commission. Don't recall whether we went to Kansas. I think we did. We benefited extensively from the technical literature, from attending technical conferences, and from short courses. Our staff was able and encouraged to go to and attend short courses that were put on, for example, the University of Pennsylvania and the University of Michigan offered short courses. So we certainly absorbed as well as we could the good experience from the United States, but there were some things that we didn't approve of. The extremely close spacing in California, for example, and I don't recall details.
George, when we have visitors from other countries, other jurisdictions, I like to tell them that it was important that someone had the foresight to recognize that Alberta's oil and gas resources and other resources would be developed more efficiently and effectively if there was data and information available and easily accessible. And I wondered if you could comment on that concept and how it was brought to bear on the board's mandate.
Yes, and I couldn't agree more. And Jim, I'd like to go back to 1947 when we had a staff of about 35. And one of those men was an engineer. His name was Goldie Leesmer. And he was the board's office engineer and assessor. And as office engineer, he kept records of the wells that had been drilled in Alberta. And this was the beginning of our well information system and service. And Goldie Leesmer's records consisted of 8 or 10 black loose leaf binders, which were mounted vertically at the back of his desk. And these were all appropriately labeled. And that constituted the official Conservation Board well information system at that time, a set of loose leaf binders. Over the years, of course, the system changed a great deal, and now it is, as you well know, highly computerized, highly sophisticated, and very, very thorough and efficient. Another part of the information system is the cores that industry obtains in the drilling of wells, especially in new areas. And the board from the early days, and largely as a result of Red Goodall's recognition of the importance of keeping these cores. The board has not only required the cores to be taken, but required that they be conserved. And in the early 50s, I guess it was, the board received the funds to develop a core storage center where cores that had previously been stored in various locations around the province, mostly in company warehouses, they were brought to one common place, organized and cataloged and made available for inspection by any interested person. This Corage Center has since been continued, been developed and improved over the years, and it is unquestionably the model for the entire world. There is no better record of cores and library of cores and information anywhere than here in Alberta. And as you mentioned, these are very valuable to people who are deciding exploration programs, to reservoir engineers who want to inspect the rock to see what its porosity and permeability are like. And generally, the availability of these cores has been a great asset to Alberta and has, well, I'm sure it has been extremely helpful in the development of the industry over many years.